Hello, I'm Tan the Tambi OTC channel, and I thought I might as well talk a little bit about Ubisoft and Splinter Cell in particular. You can see up there, I actually keep my two favorite video game franchises, the stuff that I've collected from it, up there. And yeah, Splinter Cell has become a franchise that I loved. Chaos Theory was probably my number one favorite game until 2013 when I finally had played all the Mass Effect games. And then those games, especially the Legendary Edition now, have become my favorite. Before it would be between Mass Effect 2 or 3. Um, but Splinter Cell was such a strong series that I loved. Even the last one, Blacklist, I have a soft spot for even the weakest of games like Conviction. I love this series. It was created by Ubisoft. Ubisoft used to be masters of their craft back in the day, from all the Tom Clancy games, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, Rayman. That's not Tom Clancy. Going into non-Tom Clancy now. Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, Far Cry, you name it. And over the years, since probably 2014, 2015, when Assassin's Creed Unity hit, their games, while they still had great games like Assassin's Creed Origins, and I even like Immortal Phoenix Rising, they also had a lot of crap or mediocre games, and especially nowadays, a lot of crap. And yeah, and now they're practically a dying company. I don't know what company I would trust with the brands that they own, as well as that company itself. But all I know is that they're not in good hands, clearly. As Splinter Cell does, as weirdly enough, I hate IGN, but they're right, it feels cursed, Splinter Cell. I also couldn't find my ski mask, so I'm wearing this instead. And it's just a series I miss so much, and I would love to see come back to life. Though in this in the world we live in today, I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. It's gonna become the next Half-Life 3 equivalent. It's like people are gonna look just as forward to a new Splinter Cell as they would Half-Life 3. And from the things I've been hearing and such, Half-Life 3 is much more somehow a possibility, ironically, than a Splinter Cell sequel, even the Splinter Cell remake, as I said. And it's just like, even though Blacklist is a weak game, mostly just because of the voice actor, but it's still really, really good game. That's still a really good game. I say weak game, I don't mean that. I mean because you don't have the voice actor, Michael Ironside, who really did make Sam Fisher strong. Otherwise, you just have a generic dude character. And yeah, he really made Splinter Cell. But if they had to, and they do release Splinter Cell stuff. They released like two new books. They're down here. You got Firewall and Dragonfire. And I do think it's kind of weird making Sarah after Conviction, the whole Conviction situation, and that she doesn't seem like somebody who would want to follow in the footsteps of her father. She would want a different life, and especially after some of the traumatized stuff she went through with in Conviction. I don't know. There's just not enough defined about her other than she's Sam's daughter to warrant what they do there. There's people who try to back up that book, and I don't think they're bad books, but I think the direction's weird that they took. I don't know. If they had to go the route with a different Splinter Cell, they could have done somebody else that's not even a Fisher. This kind of just feels like it was tagged on because they need to continue the Sam Fisher lineage through some other character, and they thought, hey, Sarah Fisher exists. But I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't really work there. I even should technically hate the Assassin's Creed franchise. I have all the books down here on this second row. All the books that matter, as well as a bunch of figurines. Altair is hiding off the side here. But yeah, I also didn't know quite where to angle the camera, and I was going to do a sitting shot, but nothing was working, so I did standing instead. And I'm just working with different angles each time, seeing which one works best, which one doesn't. But yeah, like I would kind of rather Disney was in the position Ubisoft was in, but that would probably be a big deal since they own some pretty big franchises. But yeah, Ubisoft sadly kind of had this coming. They disrespected Splinter Cell as well through making it like purchasable DLC stuff just to access through like Ghost Recon and Rainbow Six Siege and such. And then having other voice, like, wouldn't it be cool if Michael Ironside, like, it could be his last voice performance for like Rainbow Six Siege if he was the voice you were hearing. It's kind of like the recent Naraka stuff with the Geralt crossover. They put Geralt's this like list of this like voice acting thing or voice over thing or whatever the frick it's called in the game, and it's like a bunch of lines that the voice actor of Geralt says. Wouldn't it something like that be cool? That would be awesome. Don't sell that though. Like that should already be in the game. Yet they get this other actor, and while he's closer, it's just hard to say because it's hard to do a Michael Ironside impression and voice. He really is Sam Fisher. But yeah, I kind of wish his voice was in Siege, if anything. And now they're shutting down stuff like X Defiant and such. It's just like so many things going wrong. They've had so many terrible games lately, but they're also known for legendary games. People will never forget talking about their Assassin's Creed, their best Assassin's Creed games, or their best Far Cry games, or their best Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Rayman, all of that. Even some other games like Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom or whatever, and the sequel. Though the sequel came out at an inconvenient timing because of a lot of the stuff going on behind the scenes with Ubisoft, but we're not going to talk about that. And probably another part of the reason their downfall is heading the direction it is. Yeah, there's just, and Tencent, I just don't trust Tencent, honestly, with anything. I don't care for Tencent. Um, I don't know. There's just something I'm very skeptical of with that company. Aren't they like, don't they do a lot of mobile games, which already that's something that a lot of people get pissed off seeing a lot of, and it's like over advertised hell. Some of the ugliest phone games. I just talked about Hero Wars, and then I ironically ran into a Raid Shadow Legends freaking ad when I was getting pissed off about the whole Jared Leto playing Skeletor thing. I'm getting off track though. But I would love to see Splinter Cell return, but not from Ubisoft that we know today. It would be a company that I would have to put more trust into, and I honestly can't think of any companies that would do that. The only ones I can think of that would have maybe that kind of power to do such a thing is stuff like Microsoft or Sony, PlayStation or Xbox, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of skeptical and big problems that could even arise from both of those. So yeah, now Splinter Cell is basically become the equivalent of Half-Life 3, another Half-Life 3, like Half-Life 3.2. But yeah, gonna miss the franchise for sure. And yeah, we'll see what Splinter Cell stuff hopefully comes that isn't freaking DLC. And see what happens with that company. I don't care for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I honestly don't give a crap. Even though Luke Stevens is trying to be really kind to it, he's even talking about how the gameplay is actually genuinely really good. I don't care. I think just like people are with Marvel and Star Wars, people are just exhausted from Assassin's Creed. I think it's the same thing. So we're all fatigued out from so many of these things. We can't keep up. Yeah. Nonetheless, I hope you have a awesome day. Remember, if you did enjoy, like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below. Tell me what your favorite Splinter Cell is, what your memories of a Splinter Cell game are, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.